my channel on this Monday, and to start off the week I'm going to be doing another video that was requested by you guys, and it's to show what's in my makeup kit because I was working freelance over the weekend and everything is pretty much as it is now. The only things that I removed from the kit are first dirty brushes, which I put a picture up on Instagram over the weekend, which had to be cleaned straight away because there's no way I could let them sit for a few days. And I did use like 3 or 4 packs of false lashes as well on that job, so they're not in there when they were in before. But I just constantly have to replenish the lashes, of course, as I go along. But I'm going to be filming it for you on this wee guy here, and we'll just get to it. So these are the 2 guys that house my makeup kit. I've done a video on actually these before, like about a year ago, so I'll link to that below. This guy, I don't think it's available anymore. I got this in Flare, and all the links that I had left under the video to show where to get it are dead. So I don't know how easy it is to get this anymore. It's called a Deluxe makeup trolley, and then I have my Inglot train case. But I'll start off with this guy here first. So it opens up the top here. Now I mentioned that my dirty brushes were cleaned, but this is actually where I put them, in this guy here. Now this thing is removable, but I just leave it there all the time. I stick my dirty brushes in here, and then I cover them with tissue so that it doesn't dirty it too much. It's a little bit dirty at the moment, but I just give it a quick clean and it's fine. But it's just so handy putting dirty brushes in here because I don't have to bring an extra empty case to put them into, and it's just handy. So that's where I pop them in. Then in here, and I won't show you everything in detail, it's just to give you an idea, I have some of my palettes. There's the Naked palette, I'll just pop that over here. I have my brush belts. So this one is, I think it's a Sigma one, or yeah, Sedona Lace maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a Sedona Lace, the one from the Vortex collection. That's where I keep my eye brushes. And then this one here, where is it? That's where I keep all my face brushes. That one's a Sigma one. I love this one though from Sedona Lace because it actually zips closed, even though it's not zipped at the moment, but it's just handy so that they don't fall out, and they fit very neatly there. Then here are more palettes. So I have an Inglot palette, which is all, you know, neutrals. Of course, neutrals is what I'd use mostly in like bridal work and stuff like that. 4 of my MAC palettes, which fit down very neatly. I have another small Phase 2 palette. I have a Vichy body foundation, which I haven't used yet, but I just only recently got. I have then mostly foundations and stuff. So this is a foundation palette by Kryolan. Then I have a few foundation bottles here. So the ones I have would be my MAC face and body ones, because they're, you know, they're not that heavy. They're not made of glass. I have some of my Vichy Dermablend stick foundations, which have been discontinued, which I'm so sad about. They have new ones, but they're smaller, just concealers. I have some of these guys here, which is the number 7 Stay Perfect foundations, which I love for bridal makeup because they really work. And then the rest of my foundations are in here. I'll show you that in a sec. But what else I leave here is this Clinique powder, which is the Invisible Blend. I love that. Tom Ford foundation, and my, what's this? The Vichy Dermablend powder, and then a couple of the MAC CC powders. Now, this is the way that I kind of save space with foundations, because obviously bottles are really heavy and they take up a lot of space. So I got this guy, which is for like sewing, I think, or something like that. I just got it in a haberdashery store or like a fabric store, and I put my foundations in little sample pots like this, and then they're all labelled, and I just know where everything is. Like, this is my Studio Fix fluids, my NCs and my NWs. And then I have like different, I have a couple of Chanel's, I have some Bourjois, MAC Studio Sculpts, I have one MAC Moisture, Mineralized Moisture foundation there, and a few more in samples. But that's basically what's there anyhow. And that just saves me a lot of space, like I said. Then moving on down, we'll go into the main body of it. So I keep this face chart book that I got from a friend of mine before. She used to be on the events team for MAC, and she gave it to me, and it's really handy because I'll just write down, I'll write down, say, all the products that I use on my brides on the actual face chart, and that's what I use on the day. And then I often keep like some couch roll and stuff like that. I have couch roll there, but I just take off a few like bits of it and pop it in there. Then these come with trays, or this comes with trays. So I keep my skincare in here. So we've got serums and illuminating lotions and moisturizers and like mattifying moisturizers and stuff like that. It'll change depending on the job. In here we have, I don't know how that got in there. In here we have mainly primers, loads of different primers. So like moisturizing and few bits got in there that shouldn't be in there. Moisturising and mattifying and illuminating and stuff like that, and colour correcting. Then down here we have a few random bits. So I have some wedges in the back there, a makeup remover, alcohol, setting spray and brush cleanser. And those spray bottles are just handy. And then in the bottom one, which is kind of stuck, we have my lip products. Not all of them now because I have palettes and another thing. But I have some Tom Ford lipsticks, my MAC lip conditioner in the pot that was discontinued, a topper, my lip primer, and then just various lipsticks and glosses and lip pencils in that guy. Then up here we have concealers. That's where this guy should be. So 2 homemade Muji concealer palettes, my MAC palettes, and then just loads of concealers. It was more neat looking before the weekend, but I still pretty much know where everything is. So it's mainly MAC that I use for concealers, some Bobbi Brown, that's mainly it, isn't it? A couple of Maybelline, but yeah, they're mainly it. Then down here we have powders. Again, I mostly use MAC, like the Mineralized Skin Finish ones, because I think they're fab. I have black powder. I love the Bourjois Healthy Balance powder. They're a less expensive option. MAC bronzers and Prep and Prime powder. So they'd be most of the pressed ones I use. Again, it's mostly MAC with the blushers as well, but I do have just various different ones. This Prestige highlighter I love. I use that all the time, and whatever else is under there, but they're mainly the blushers and like cream blushers, but again it'll change because obviously I've a lot more in my kit makeup over there, and I'll just put in whatever's needed on the day. And then down here is my kind of like survival kit. Say now this did have a little pack of safety pins in it, and they went missing there at the weekend on that job because the bride needed a safety pin for something, and I obviously forgot to look for it afterwards. So I would have like you know, sewing thread and stuff like that in there, and just anything that you might need just in case. And then sometimes I'll keep like loose pigments and stuff down here, and like I'll often have like more of my MAC pigments if I need it, if it's a slightly more kind of nighttime job or whatever. But that's what I keep in there. There is space down here on the side, and I keep like palettes and stuff like that in there, and like I could keep other random bits, like sometimes I'll put an empty bag for rubbish. So then in this guy here, which is my train case, it opens up on 2 sides. I have my disposable mascara ones here at the side, and then this is where I keep most of the lashes. Now I had more like MAC lashes is what I usually use in there at the weekend, but I used most of them on that job. Then I keep, you know, various bits, so eyeliners, eyeshadow palettes in there. At the bottom I always have baby wipes, and there's usually a thing of tissues, but I finished that at that job. I have to throw away the empty one. I keep cotton buds in there, and then I also have palettes down here. So these are lipstick palettes, homemade Muji lipstick palettes. There's like 4 palettes down there, and then another MAC palette there that I put in stuff myself. And then on this side, oh yeah, that's just more couch roll. And then in here is where I keep a lot of my pencils. So these are all just quite neutral pencils. There's nothing very, very colourful in here because I wouldn't bring very colourful pencils really for bridal makeup. And then a primer, more, what are these? Eyeliners and stuff like that. That is just a topper. Paint pots, paint pot, glue, just all random bits. There's all my mascaras. Again, everything will change depending on the job. Some eyebrow products, and that's pretty much it. Again, there's like side panels in here, so I think there's just more palettes, and that's pretty much what's in my kit at the moment after that job at the weekend. So that'll give you an idea of how I kind of keep my kit at the moment. It's what works for me. I did used to use my Zuca case, but I much prefer this. I didn't want to spend too long going into everything that's in my kit, but it just gives you an idea of how it's organised and how I store everything. And that like makeup case is much handier than like what I thought the Zuca was, because instead of like taking everything out that I need for the job, I can just like open the drawer and use it from the drawers and then put it back in, so I don't need to unpack everything. means that I'm quicker setting up, and I find it much quicker to like pack everything up as well afterwards. So I hope this was helpful. It'll just give you a little insight into how, like I said, I keep my kit, and everyone's different. Like any of my makeup colleagues or friends all have different ways of doing their own kit, so it's whatever works for you, but you might get some tips from how I did mine anyhow. And that's it, so I'll see you in Wednesday's video, and in the meantime, take care. Thanks for watching, guys. Salon.